You are looking live at the Yoshinobu Launch Complex at the Tanegashima Space Center in southern Japan as the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency H-3 rocket stands fully fueled, ready to lift off less than 15 minutes from now to send a brand new cargo ship, the HTV X-1 spacecraft, into orbit for the start of a 3.5-day journey to the International Space Station. This is the Launch Control Center at Tanegashima, where the countdown is proceeding on track with no issues reported, as we are at T-minus 14 minutes and 30 seconds and counting as you look at the H-3 rocket on the pad at the Oceanside launch pad in southern Japan. Good evening from Mission Control in Houston and the International Space Station Flight Control Room at the Johnson Space Center. This new cargo vehicle, the heir to the H-2 transfer vehicle that flew 9 successful resupply missions to the station between 2009 and 2020, is ready to pick up the baton and deliver almost 4.5 tons of food and supplies to the complex and the Expedition 73 crew on board the orbital outpost. This was the scene at about 4:30 a.m. Central Time this morning in the Saturday evening hours in Japan as the H-3 rocket was transported to the launch pad. It took about 30 minutes for this trip to take place from the integration building in Tanegashima to the launch pad where the H-3 rocket currently sits awaiting liftoff. Once it arrived at the pad, the JAXA engineers hooked up electrical, fuel, and telemetry lines and began final pre-launch preparations. And you see the H-3 rocket on the pad right now as the countdown is proceeding with no issues reported. This launch has finally reached the terminal phase of the countdown after several days of weather delays at the launch site. But today, Sunday morning in Japan, the weather is mostly clear, some partly cloudy skies, and balmy temperatures as we await the launch of this new cargo vehicle, the HTV X-1. The launch time is scheduled at 7 p.m. and 15 seconds Central Time, 8:15 and 8 p.m. and 15 seconds Eastern Time, which will be 9 a.m. and 15 seconds Japan time on Sunday morning. Once the HTV X-1 arrives on orbit, JAXA engineers at the main control center in Tsukuba, Japan, will put the vehicle through a series of systems demonstrations to prove it can arrive safely at the station on Wednesday morning autonomously, where JAXA astronaut Kimayoshi